Look at all these people in here. How y'all doing?
Receiving thousands of records and declassified reports from the Army, it's confirmed that during the Cold War, the United States military conducted secret tests on unsuspecting people in the city of St. Louis.
The Army's ultra-secret military experiments carried out in St. Louis and other cities during the 1950s and 60s.
Clearly, they went to great lengths to deceive people.
She uncovered once classified documents that confirmed the spraying of zinc cadmium sulfide. The greatest concentration of this compound was sprayed near the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex just south of downtown St. Louis. It was home to 10,000 low-income people, and an estimated 70% were under the age of 12. Martino Taylor claims they all unknowingly inhaled this compound morning, noon, and night, so the government could measure its effects on their lungs.
There's a lot of evidence that indicates that people in St. Louis, in the city, particularly in minority communities, were subjected to military tests that was connected to a larger radiological weapons development and testing project.
Documents uncovered to date indicate the Army never conducted follow-up studies to see whether the compound caused long-term health issues. In 1972, after years of crime, poverty, and decline, the government destroyed the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex.
Now, the company U.S. Radium no longer exists.
They some evil motherfuckers. Y'all realize what they're doing, right? Man, no niggas, I was there. Nigga, mind control. The chicken, the communion, the pancreas. All the fuck how we feel, what we do, what we think to control us. Why? Do it better.
The third was an 8th grader. He told his family he was at a friend's house playing a game, and 10 minutes later, they say he was dead. He was at an apartment complex in Spanish Lake with a friend.
I really went over there to help my granny move into her house. He wandered off with some friends and he wanted to go play.
Police say he was walking with friends or family when he was shot. His family says he wasn't the intended target.
Don't nobody care no more. There's no rules. They shooting at mamas, babies. They don't care who you in the car with.
Always been an advocate about the violence that's taking place in St. Louis and affecting our babies. When is it going to stop?
They've been here. Do you know what they want? They seem to be studying us, experimenting on us. One thing we know for sure is they use our fears against us.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance.
Filter the darkness.
Kaya. What? Kaya. What's that noise? Kaya. Who's Kaya? Kaya. Kaya. I guess we in another life. Kaya. Kaya. Alright. What's this one? Let's get it. Out the womb, big sister, yeah, I came out first. I knew I could take this world, filter out that curse. 2002, month of June, a big light hit earth. No more trauma touched my mama since the day she birthed me. You need to see that my dad got out the streets, and my grandma healed the trauma just so she could hold me. I was meant to purify this world, that's a guarantee. And I got power in my blood, just watch who I'm about to be. Remember growing up, I couldn't even go play outside. Probably cause I loved the stories of the children who had died. Knew walking with his friends, wrong place, wrong time. Same shit happened with my sister, I'm just happy she survived. St. Louis was a hotspot for the CIA to test. They spray chemicals that's critical, they mind is all a mess. Then they flew in all that dope at the CIA's request. Then the families in my city, they had no hope left. When I speak about the unity, they be saying it's lame shit. I for Ali, everyone blind, guess they ain't gon' make it. Curses of my generation, I'm about to break it. I'm plugging all the wires, no one staying in the matrix. I'm the daughter of a titan, what you think that make me? My light irritate they demons, man, they try to break me. Super goddess in the flesh, you can never take me. I don't even gotta touch you, I do things you can't see. Can't remember a time where my answer was no. Anybody I love, they need me, I'ma go. I guess being a big sister made me forget my soul. Helping everybody else, what did I do for my growth? When I see somebody hurt or bleeding, why I feel it in my soul. Try to take a break from their emotions, focus on my own. Narcissistic family draining Kaya down to her bones. So she locked the door so everyone can leave her alone. House goes in the way, she's in the cage full of leeches. So now again she comforts, get more energy decreases. Can you imagine what relationships was like for her to be and never talk to limit what she giving, so it never eases. Did my shadow work, now I got big boundaries. Now I stay more careful of who I'm keeping around me. Shouted over impact, take some work. Now I see meditation daily. I thank source for who I'm got to be. You are so different, Kaya. You are so different, Kaya. You have a vision, Kaya. You know you're winning, Kaya. You gonna make it. You are changing. You can take it. You are so different. You are so different. You set your intentions. You own your own mission. Don't limit your distance. Stay true to your vision. You are so different. You are so different.
Y'all clap it up for Kaya. How y'all feel about that song? So Kaya, we do have another performer that came here. He's a little late, but he still wanted to do his Queen song for you.
For me.
For you. But you got 2 more songs to perform before we bring up our special guest. So, do you want him to perform now? Or do you want him to perform before the guest?
I'm in my zone.
You in your zone?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead. You ready for the next one?
I actually want to talk to y'all first because the videos that I showed y'all before I standed on this stage was about where I'm from and what me, my mom, my family had to get out of. The scene that you saw was basically saying that St. Louis was tested by the U.S. Army for people who were in poverty, and most of the kids who were tested on without their knowing, they would spray chemicals all around the departments of everything. And my grandfather was one of those people who passed because of the chemicals that they were spraying. A lot of people that I knew who I went to school with and played with, some of the kids who was very young got passed on to the next round because he was just walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. And my mom was also very, very protective of us going outside a lot of times. And I felt very, very closed in. And that's why me coming out here right now is like so surreal to me, because being around so many people who I feel know me and really watch me and know who I am and what I stand for, that's the reason why I started my whole journey online. Because even as a kid, I always felt enclosed inside myself. So for all of the things that we go through, just being on this planet, just being in this country, and us being experimented on, us not being respected in the healthcare field, things that has happened to our ancestors that they won't acknowledge. And I started watching this TV show, and it's called From. And on this TV show, these people get stuck in this alternate parallel dimension where these monsters come out, and everybody who's already been there, probably been there for like 40 years, and they gave up hope. They gave up trying to find a way out of it, trying to get back home. And the whole TV show is about a test of your will and how your journey and how your strength can be even in the most dire situations where it's life or death. So this next song
It's called Ancestors. Because if y'all have seen me all the way through my journey before, I was very, very angry. And I couldn't understand looking at everybody in the world, even in this country. Why are we still allowing certain things to happen? Why is this planet still the way it is? And I realized that we prisoners of war. The things that our ancestors went through has not been dealt with. It's not acknowledged. It's disrespectful. And I had to get past that so I can continue to evolve, because I don't want to be in that anger. I don't want to feel anger for the rest of my life. So I wrote this song, and it's basically about how I felt going back in time and just talking with my ancestors and actually sitting with my loved ones and seeing all of the stuff that we are still going through as people on this planet. I hope this song can help y'all release and also just know that your pain, your experiences here is not forgotten, and it's all for a reason. Because I couldn't understand, okay, our ancestors went through so much. They went through slavery. They went through being sold off in their bodies and being taken off of their land and even staying on their land and having to work on their land and having their name changed, having their last name changed, don't even know who or where or what they are. And that's what we're doing right now. A lot of us don't know who we are, where we come from, how powerful we are. So this is just, I wrote this song to let it out. So I'm definitely ready to perform it. Let's do some Akasha healing right now. The ancestors. This one for you. I feel everything you've been through. I know why you did it. And you kept being with me. And you stayed resilient. Just be you.
Due to my shit, they can't focus. They feeling sick, they feel hopeless. Maybe if I take this potion, I won't feel so broken. It started some years ago. They bonded and broken our souls. Took our land, all our people and gold. And they've given us nowhere to go. Imagine that feeling alone, being taken away from your home. In the dark, chain with shit on the boat. Being owned by these demons and gold. Families taken apart, you don't know where to start. Trying to find your roots, you don't know who's is who. Cause we all look the same and we all was in chains. Lives was built off our pain and we barely get changed. Blinding our eyes, they hiding our history. Telling us lies that meat is a mystery. Keeping you low, don't know the intensity. Trapping your soul in the third density. I wanna get out of this way. I wanna get out of this hay. I'm ready to get away. I'm ready to slip away. So much greatness. Oh, oh, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? I'm tired of seeing all of they faces. Like that they stuck in a maze. They live in cycles of pain. They don't know the price. Took our powers away 2-4 hours a day on an hourly wage. Working hard to get cash, still the bills barely pay. Yeah, your life is our way. They done made you a slave and you live in that cage. 2, 4, 6, 8. Why don't you appreciate the ones that came before you fake? 1 million ancestors deep. We're just the colors, so they're above us. We don't identify with status. Find you an atlas. As names have changed, you know what happened. Our story's tragic. One dude who taught them the dark magic. We did this classic. Find out for more. Look at the history of more. That's not a place they didn't explore. Let's take it back to the ways before. Fight for your planet. Go to war. Don't wanna
wanna hear about your history. Your science wasn't meant for me. I'm no regular entity made from dark matter energy. You got studied our chemistry to copy what's up in our genes, and then you tried to kid with me, but I don't want your energy. You waited for your victory. I'm shocked at what you did to me, saying it's our story, but it is history. Look at your life, the 9 and the 5. Your freedom's denied, controlling your time. Your dreams is aside, you're living a lie, and now you know why. Now you know why. I'ma keep on moving. Don't know what I'm doing. Pushing forward, no losing. This is how I use it. It's just a love, it's just a love, it's just a love. Let's get up, let's get up, let's get up. We should be ruling, not in no room we are. Why we not moving? What is we doing? Think about it, look around and see that we are just one big family. The time has begun to heal the tree, and you are the one who will succeed. It's important that we heal to reveal what's behind.
Y'all clap it up for Kaya. Kaya? All right. So right now I want y'all to, again, thank y'all again for coming out. Kaya, come on down there for a second. And she gets really emotional because she really feels this, y'all. Y'all don't understand. My daughter is really deep into this ancestral pain that we've been going through ever since we've been on this planet. And it does something to her deeply, how we've suffered so long. And she's dedicated her whole entire life towards giving the message and being truthful. And they have attacked her online over and over and again. If y'all know, she has millions and millions of followers. And we're gonna go ahead and let my homeboy perform and let her take a break. And then you'll come back and do your last song before we go into the podcast. But I want to go ahead and introduce to y'all another brilliant performer. He is so dope. This is one of the artists that Kaya is actually looking into signing. He is amazing. She fell in love with one of his songs called Queen. And it just went from there. So I want y'all to check him out. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Again, we are looking for artists for Real I Records. We just started this label. This is her label. She signed herself first. And this is the first artist she's looking at. So I want y'all to check him out and tell me what y'all think about him. Y'all make some noise for Avid the Don.
So this song right here is for my black women.
Start protecting our black queens.
We gotta start protecting our black queens, fella.
With them right behind us. Yeah. She's melanated, she's educated, she's such a queen, she's such a queen, she's elevated, bucket downgraded, she's everything. Supreme being.
She's melanated, she's educated, she's such a queen,
she's such a queen, she's elevated, bucket downgraded, she's everything, supreme being. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Criticizing yourself, but you're complete. Black queen, what this world wants to be. How do I know a black queen raised me? From the hairstyles down to your skin tone, to the way you dress, your essence can't get cloned. Stand tall, chin up, with a purpose. Birthing and raising black kings, yeah, you're perfect. A black unicorn, Nefertiti. See queen in this life, it ain't easy. You gotta keep going, pushing no matter how it looks. Keep your eyes open, watch out for the crooks. Realize what you are, you're a star, nothing less. Black queen, sit up on that throne and rest. And don't forget, you're above all the rest. Now raise your black fist. She's melanated, she's educated, she's such a queen, she's such a queen, she's elevated, bucket downgraded, she's everything, supreme being, she's elevated, she's educated, she's such a queen, she's such a queen, she's elevated, bucket downgraded, she's everything, supreme being. The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. So what did I tell you? Tell us, fellas. We gotta step it up a little bit, huh? We gotta stand on the front line for them. Cause they are the less paid. They treated like scum. And what do? We ain't no motherfucking better. Let's keep it a buck. So we gotta look ourselves in the mirror, right? And start with us to take care of our queens. Because without them, the world is nothing. And that's a fact. It's a man's world, but it will be nothing without a woman's love. And a black woman's love, and that's facts. I want to thank y'all. I go by the name of AUD the Don from Hawthorne, California. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Family come through because they feel you so much, and I have to just let the waters come so I can just let it flow. So I have a next song. It's called Who Are You? And this is the stage I went through after going from my lower self with all that anger, and now I'm in my higher self, and it's like, okay, who really are you without the labels of this planet and what's happening here? Soulfully, energetically, who are you? So I'm ready for the third song.
I know life is about you, not about history, not about what's outside, not about the world, not about anything else besides you. How has life shown you who you are through every decision, every experience? Who are you? Take off the outside world and go inside. Be you fully. On the inside. This is for all of them who can't maintain. This is for those who have been slain. I'm here to tell you to reset the game. Reset the game. They ask me who I believe in. I'm the one who put in all the work every season. I'm the one who had to sit down with my demons. I'm the one who chose this new life for a reason. Separation of self is the reason they ask. They want you linked in like a slave in the past. Master set me free, we done been through that. You have all you need to release the trap. These words are for the ones in the youth. You don't have to have it figured out at 22. Sitting in your mama house thinking about what to do. The real question to the path is asking who are you? Casting them spells for your future logic with your planner. Believe me when I say that you don't have to have all the answers. It's not what it seems, yeah, you don't need to have all the answers. All the answers is who are you? 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 The shadows, necessary battles. This is the place where we come to tackle. In the healing, play your part is prevailing. In this movie called life, you're the hero and villain. Look through these eyes of mine, let your spine align. Step outside of time, see the earth's design. Let the system play its part. It may look like it is dark, release that program from your heart. Give the yank and who you are. I know it seems that you're living in a dream and you're trying to find the meaning of everything you seek in. It's not what you think, it's what you believe in. Life is more than getting to the weekend. 'Cause I'm rolling down the stream. Life ain't what it seems. I control my dreams. I could control what? 'Cause it's time to save the world. Where in the world is all the time. You can't save yourself when you lose your mind. It's a cold room of lies. Look into the eyes. You will see that everything you love is a disguise. You say we in the game, well the next level's in your mind. You're trying to beat the system, but that's not how it's designed. Legal matters, stand next to a judge, you are a Casper. By now you should know there's only one benefactor. The law of the sea and the land, that is two different hands. Signing language that you can't understand. Change the name in the land, call me black, it's a scam. They don't know who I am, there's no definition. There is sun in my skin that they won't mention. I guess I'm an alien. I come in peace, I come in weak.
here for that. And it's amazing that your capacity to feel other people's energy and their pain and truly understand other beings. But do you understand yourself? You're not here to carry anybody else's life. You're here to learn who you are.
Clap that up, y'all. Appreciate that. I get so emotional, and that's probably one of the most beautiful signs of God. The divine source, the divine mother, the divine father feels everything because it's all energy. And if you're blocked and you're not feeling, you don't have no emotion. So I wrote that song because I was finding myself through all the rage and all the anger and all the pain I felt for the entire world. And I'm just glad that y'all can feel me.
Clap it up, y'all. RealKiya, we are so happy to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
And this live podcast, we have a special guest that we're going to bring on stage.
Definitely have a special guest. Oh my God, I'm telling y'all, when I saw her online and how she talked about our past and the things and the stories and the spiritual stories, because they don't talk about that. Only thing that we know about our story, his story, is the things they want to tell us. And when she talked about the energetic places and experiences that we was going through, it was just like, wow, this is a new book that I needed to find. She is amazing. She's a amazing mother, amazing, like her family is so beautiful. The way she presents herself online, her organization, like I just love everything that she's doing. She's constantly uploading, like she's just constantly creating. And I just wanted to show y'all this beautiful queen. So please come on up here so we can talk.
Y'all clap it up. Clap it up for Noah, the Black Cauldron. When I say this lady is racking up in sales, both of them are viral right now. Y'all make some noise. Clap it up for her some more. Again, thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad that you came.
I'm battling a cold or getting over a cold, so I'm sorry if I'm a little nasally.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. So, conversation. I'm trying to get out of the performance mode.
Listen, you did wonderful. Like, I'm so proud of you. I've told you over and over again, you stand for me, but I've literally stand for you for the last, 2 years. You were one of the first creators that I followed on TikTok. And I just was like, who is this girl? Who is this girl talking about the things that nobody wants to talk about? That's the quiet part.
Yes.
So I'm just so proud of all your accomplishments and everything that you're doing. And yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Like, it's nice to see that we're not alone.
No, we're not.
That's the whole reason why I created the platform, because y'all know I've been in the house. I was in the house as a kid a lot of times. So I thought I was alone in what I was feeling and about the world, about history, about spirituality, about ancestry. But no, to see y'all here and see you here, it's like,
oh my gosh, it's surreal.
Yeah, it's like we don't see the beauty, the spiritual presence of us. They don't show that.
No. And then whenever they do, it's demonized. It's called something else.
Oh my God.
It's nothing wrong with being spiritual in the space of, it's not the conventional spirituality. Most people can't conceptualize that because we have not deconstruct our slave, our mentality that anything outside of Christianity is the devil.
Yes.
So I hope one day that it will come full circle.
Yes.
You know, that ancestry and ancestor veneration is not looked at as something like, oh, it's of the devil. Like, I literally, I talk to my ancestors like we be talking whenever.
Yeah.
Listen, I be like, now, I asked you for $1 million. And you sent me 75 cents. What am I doing wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Ancestors are us. We are their wildest dreams come to fruition. Everything that we have, everything that we've become as a people. We're not there yet, but we'll get there. And they literally orchestrate things in the afterlife for us to be successful. You know, so whenever I'm online and somebody's like, you ain't talking to your ancestors, you talking to them demons. I'm like, you gonna call my granny a demon?
Thank
you.
you.
Come on now, you gonna call my granny that?
Oh my God. I dealt with that when I had uploaded a video. Because I had saw so many of in our people saying, that's not ancestors you talking to, that's demons. And I was just like, excuse me?
Right.
All right. I mean, don't y'all talk. No disrespect to anybody who's a Christian in here.
Absolutely not.
But you talk to Jesus. But then when I want to talk to my ancestors, it's like,
right. I don't think they understand that they, first of all, African Americans have poured life into Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus was, I never once denied he was not a living, breathing man. That is the ultimate veneration and necromancy that we practice as a people. Okay? So at the end of the day, like Harriet Tubman said, I could have saved a lot more people if they knew they were slaves. That's it. So whenever people come on my videos and they're like, you know, you need to seek Jesus, you need to seek Christ, you need to do this, that, and the third, I'm like, listen, I'm content with my spirituality because I'm pretty sure when my people were stolen and brought over here, they was not praying to no white Jesus.
Thank you. And that's the reason why we don't remember our names. Because they don't want us connected to our ancestors.
Oh no.
That's the power of it.
No.
Did y'all see that video of that woman? They was like doing not like a conference or something or a treaty, and the woman, she was like,
oh gosh.
Power.
Okay. Okay.
Power.
Let me tell you something. I made a video today, or yesterday. It was so powerful. And that was the Maori people of New Zealand in Parliament. And they wanted to break a 180-year-old treaty with the Maori people after they colonized their shit. And so they were like, we ain't having that.
Right.
And in my video, I said, this is what I mean. Like, they move on accord. When one cries out, all of them cry out. You know, that's what I tried to build this community online for, is for us to understand that we are all interconnected. You know, I go and I do a lot of different kind of like research. I wrote an ebook on the universal laws, like the law of everything, right? 12 laws of the universe. And one of them is the law of interconnectedness or oneness. Everything is connected. And I wish, and my greatest hope, and my ancestors' greatest hope for my people is for us to have that when one cry out, we all cry out.
Yes. We so separated. We don't trust each other. We don't love each other. It's like that, and that's hard for me from being in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't trust you, and I'll shoot you.
Yeah, for sure.
We got an audience question.
Oh.
Anybody else that has a question, just walk up to the mic as well, y'all.
Yes, like talk to us, please, because I want to see where y'all heads at. Take me down the rabbit hole, please.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't think the mic on.
I see. Hold on.
Is the mic on?
Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2, check 1.
Check, check,
check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2, check 1.
Hey, y'all give it up for DJ Memphis
too. Okay, it's not. Alright. Okay.
Can I borrow yours? Can you borrow yours?
I will be the.
Oh yeah. But go ahead. You can borrow 1/3 mic. Well, borrow that mic and go ahead and ask the question. Okay.
Mic check 1, 2. Okay. First of all, RealKiya, great music, really heartfelt, good work. I'd like to know, more about you and what you got going on.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get there, right? You're gonna let us know. And one of the reasons why I think that us as a people aren't connected is because of the separation. Like those tribes have been tribes, and they've been connected for a long time. So when she really did that in that, it was an auditorium type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if it was scripted or not. When she started doing her thing, I was just like, hold on, and then it just went crazy, and I was like, that's real, right?
Imagine.
Right.
Imagine.
Right. But do we all believe in the same thing? We got Presbyterian, we got Baptist, we got Pentecostal, we got all these separations in Christianity, right? So yes, I'm a believer, but I also don't consider myself Christian because of the word, the term Christian, and what it was, used as in the first place. It was a derogative word like nigger, right? So anyway, I wanted to come up here and ask Kaya,
Okay.
being 22, right? One, what do you think about social media as a whole? Good, bad, how did you get into it? And if it wasn't social media, would you be in the library doing your studying? Because it makes it easier nowadays, right? And then two, what made you, or not what made you, what's one of your favorite things to study? As you tell us a lot of things on TikTok, and you got a lot of history and a lot of things to tell us, but so that's the two-part question. What do you think about social media as a whole, good, bad, and what is your favorite thing to study to begin to tell us, and give us some gems?
Okay. Well, that is definitely a good question. Social media is, there's duality in everything.
It is.
So your attention is your dimension, and just like you really get to see how the mind works by looking at a computer, by looking at how the algorithm works and everything that you see online. The more you pay attention to something, the more you click on it, that's the type of content that you're going to see.
Yes.
So it's all about the direction of where your mind is, and that's where they take the power away, because you in the screen, but you're not in your brain. So I don't think social media is bad unless you make it bad. Life is what you make it, and your attention is your dimension. What was your second question? I be like flowing, and then I'll be like, oh, the waves over here. Okay, let's go over here this way now. What was your second question?
Second question was, what is one of your favorite things to study as far as, giving us information on what you do on your social media?
Oh, that's a lot.
Because just one.
No, it's because I talk about so many different things, and like I've covered health, history, just geography, the mounds, the bodies, the spirituality, everything, like full circle. I'm a universe in itself. So currently what I'm going through right now, because I'm evolving. You always gonna evolve, and if somebody's staying stagnant, anybody you see online who's staying stagnant in their information that they giving, and they just only pushing one thing, just know they're programmed to do that. Because there's a lot of agents out here to make us disunified, as we talking about right now. So it's all about discernment. For me, what I'm currently on right now is I've been reading a lot of books about the mind, because I was so much in my anger and in my stomach that, about all the stuff that I was seeing. But now I'm just like decoding my brain and decoding the universe within me. So right now I'm just focused on energy. Instead of the outside world, I'm focusing on what's inside of me. So.
Is the brain like psychology, or is it just like the brain in general?
Brain in general. It's more powerful than we know.
It's so powerful.
Thank you.
We only use about 10% of our brain.
Oh my God.
Imagine if we used 100%.
Oh.
Have you ever seen the movie Limitless?
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
We would be able to, first of all, we wouldn't have any veils. So the consistency of the movie is they take a pill and it unlocks all of their brain. So they're able to do things that we normally would not be able to do. But it's so, so powerful.
Yeah.
And I truly believe people that are mediums, or people that are able to hear things, clairaudience, they tap into a little bit more of their brain.
I'm telling you, it's so many times where I've tapped, like, it's like, it happens in different forms, like the clairaudience, the visions, the clairsentience, like, it all, I got to experience all of it.
Yeah.
Which was so beautiful. And even when about that movie, I watched the movie Lucy. Y'all seen that one?
Oh, yes, that's
She was using 100% of her brain. Yes. Everything that they showing us on these TV shows and movies, where you think they got that from?
Yeah. It'll be released.
Everything come from something. Like,
it'll be released because a lot of the things that they make these movies off of, it's because people that are in the CIA and different things like that, they're dropping little crumbs, and then at the end of the day, they can't release documents until it's been a 50-year period.
UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Example, UFOs.
Yeah, they're in the news now. They were just in Senate or doing something, and they're like, are you aware that they're actually doing that? Ooh. That's a whole, like, classified document.
Yeah.
But since it's been over 50 years, they had to release it.
And that's the reason why I showed that clip of them spraying chemicals in my grandfather's compound.
Mm-hmm.
They experiment on us.
Well,
because they know how powerful we are. They know who we are. They know what we're capable of. They know what we can do. And it's
for sure.
It's us as beings on this planet, but main focus is on our healing.
Yeah.
And what we need for ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the thing that makes it so angry, because you don't.
No.
They don't acknowledge it.
Oh no. In this climate, we built this country.
Whew. Okay.
And the attitude is, be glad that you can stay in this country, even though you built it.
Yes, you see how it recycles? Mm-hmm. It constantly recycles. Like I was saying, being stuck, not evolving. Mm-hmm. The cycles that we in is just crazy to me. Mm-hmm. And I like, even just me being 22, perceiving this, like, I'm looking at this world and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Mm-hmm. It's like I'm not even from here. I've been other places for sure. Because this ain't it.
You already know, we talk a lot about timeline jump.
Yes.
And being in that space. A lot of things that we experience, we're like, did that just happen? Mm. You know, did this just for real happen? Mm. And it's because somewhere along the line, you kind of jump.
You constantly shift.
Yeah, you're constantly, like the Mandela effect. How half of us remember it as Jif peanut butter, and it's always been Jiffy to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, or like how that movie with Sinbad and that little boy, and he was the genie, never happened. I've seen that movie.
They hide the energetic changes.
It comes down to, when it comes to African Americans, when it comes to the people that use their third eye, we're looked at as social outcasts, like very weird, very demonic, but it comes down to, it's not us. That's not our burden to carry, because we know what we are. We know where we come from.
Yes. I literally just, the fact what you're talking about right now, because I just uploaded a video, I think like yesterday or the other day, and I was talking about toxic spirituality towards white people.
Don't get them started. Don't get them started.
I was talking about that, and I was basically addressing the anger that we feel, and I don't think it should be towards people who are experiencing, this country. Mm-hmm. It's about the people who controlling it.
Yeah. Yes.
It's always been about who controlling it, because we don't treat each other. Hey, where you at? We don't treat each other like this. We don't do that. We love each other.
Yeah.
We are family. We care about each other.
Wait, that's the one.
And you can.
No.
Yep. There we go. We love each other. Oh. Sorry, y'all. Why you bent down when you was I'm sorry, I just had to point that out. What I was saying was the anger that how I was saying we stuck in cycles. Mm-hmm. And we can't get past that anger, and I'm noticing, I'm like, we've been angry for 300.
300.
God. It's like this. It keeps cycling. This the end of it. This is just anger, and then like, okay, when we did show examples of us trying to fight back, Black Panthers, when we showed that they made resistance, they invaded, they sent their agents in. They got a gang over there, everywhere in the healthcare field. Why you think it's so many? I was just talking to my mama and her friend child. And we was talking yesterday about women who have their babies at the hospital. And how they do unnecessary C-sections. And how they don't care about our pain.
We don't
That
according to them.
we don't hurt.
We don't hurt. We don't get sick.
Where your microphone at?
In your hand?
Right, that makes sense. Yep. Here, I want to ask you about healing that.
They cannot heal it. They will not heal it. Healing, it comes from in here, right? As a people, we cannot heal until we accept it and done the proper shadow work and like literally understand it's not going to be an easy feat. Epigenetics are a thing. Okay, feeling the past traumas from your ancestors. A lot of people look at Black women as being angry. And you have to think about it. If we put it in this perspective, that epigenetics is absolutely a thing where you feel the trauma and the feelings of your ancestors. Then how can we heal if we don't really sit down and start right up in here, right? Exactly. You cannot heal what you tell them.
Yeah. And if you ain't feeling, you ain't healing.
No, because people, they like to skip over the hard parts of healing. And at the end of the day, you got to think about it like this, okay? Epigenetics, I figured it out, or I found out about it because it was like a celebrity counselor, but she was a spiritual counselor. And she had someone who was a really big social media content creator, influencer, and they were turning down jobs because they were afraid to travel. And so she went deep and she started asking questions like, when did this happen? The whole family don't travel. The whole family.
I had that fear too.
And so she figured out that this person was afraid to travel because way back in the day, one of her ancestors traveled and accidentally traveled into a sundown town. And ever since then, every generation was like, we're not going nowhere. You know, our fear of water, or some of our fear, a lot of Black people do not know how to swim.
Black people fear water.
Mm-hmm. You got to think about that voyage, right? So until we understand why we have all of these issues, we cannot begin to even heal. Nobody around us is going to heal us as a community. No one.
That's what we always searching for, though. We trying to look for a leader. We trying to find somebody who gonna stand up for us. No, it's never been about that. It's about you standing up for yourself. And the more you mass and create that energy for yourself, all of that, you are connected to a collective.
Yes.
We are all connected. So the more you work on yourself, the more you feel that strength and your power wherever you are. If you want to travel, and I had that fear of traveling because like I was doing so much research about, melanated people all over the world. And I was learning even in China, like they don't like us. I didn't know that.
Likes us.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I thought,
y'all.
What we do to y'all?
Right.
And it's the same thing with over there in the Western Hemisphere as well.
South Africa don't even mess with us, girl. And we come from there. It's entirely insane. But you know what?
Separation of self.
It's been Listen, if I tell.
Okay. Audience question.
Okay, so say like this is this podcast, right? Mm-hmm. If this is on a grand scheme and this is televised everywhere on every television screen in the world, and it's a person up here saying spiritualism is bad, trust the government, black people are bad, and it's constantly played over and over again. What do you think everybody's gonna think about spirituality, the government, and black people? Right? It's been programmed in them. Even down there in South Africa, they done totally stole Egypt and tried to erase African history from it all. Like actual brown, like African people. It comes down to a couple of things. They're not gonna do it, and we have to do it for ourselves, okay? Because we stand up for everybody. We stand up for everybody, but don't nobody come through clutch for us.
We don't come through.
Right. We don't even.
We don't do that. Well,
So
we doing it.
Right. Hey girl, hey.
We don't have a mic, y'all. I don't know where the third mic is kind of out right now, but we do have some questions in the audience.
Okay.
So you were first, and then Child, you next.
I can go in so many different directions. I mean, all the way for where y'all talking about melanated skin and how that's worth more than gold nowadays. How, I mean, we signing our kids off to the government when we fill out a birth certificate and a social security card. If you want to go to different places, I also graduated from Tuskegee University, founded by Booker T. Washington. So back then, you know, we can go that far. I personally have been drawn into like 1942 and Black Wall Street and how, as you mentioned, they seen how powerful we are and see how, as you mentioned, we built this country. So imagine why they destroyed and burnt down and took our wealth away from us. If we was able to build this country, imagine what we was able to do if we would still have that specifically. From Black Wall Street, as you mentioned, Black Panthers, etc. Also, I mean, I'm not sure if y'all are aware, the last weekend I went to Tuskegee University's homecoming. It was their 100th homecoming. I'm not sure if y'all know, but it was a mass shooting.
I remember that.
Wait.
I have no idea. That's exactly my point. But it made the news. But the craziest thing is that is what overshadowed the good time that I had. I graduated in 2013. So, I mean, and like I said, it was founded July 4th, 1881. So I even stopped celebrating Independence Day because Mother Tuskegee was born July 4th, 1881. So my question is, your takes on why do you feel that we're so much of a target, but as well as not just being a target, but a threat to the country, even though we built this country? And then I wanted to take another step because how conscious you are in your music, Ms. Kai. Who is your top 2 or 3 female artists that you are inspired by when it comes to your music? So that's just a 2 question.
There is sun in my skin that they won't mention. Call me black is a scam. They don't know who I am. You know, there are places that we can go mentally about this conversation because it's very deep and it's a very big question about why. I know they even are extending it. It's go ahead. Let me.
You already knew I was like past the time.
My ancestors is like trying to talk to me right now. They just.
You know why? We are I feel like as African Americans, the most targeted, hated it because they know the power we hold. They know the DNA is stronger, the genes are better. I mean, look at Henrietta Lacks. They literally made, what was it? The cure, not cure, but treatments from her DNA for different cancers. So at the end of the day, they know
it's alien. It's not of this world.
You gotta think about it.
It's universal. It's a divine.
Yes, it is all divine because every single where we go, we build. Because yes, they did burn down Black Wall Street. They also covered up Central Park. That was Seneca Village. We built that too. Down there, underneath Lake Lanier, we built our own town. That was Oscarville, I believe Oscarville. And at the end of the day, they fear us and they don't like us because they can't fucking be us. That's what it just comes down to.
Thank you.
They cannot be us. And on top of that, we are very resourceful people. You tell me what other large population of people have been enslaved, beaten, raped, gunned down, and still stand as high as we do. Nobody else can do that.
Oh,
No.
talk about it. Because I be, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Laws for other cultures, etc. But I mean, at the same time, like you said, the reason for that, because if you think about every other culture and ethnicity, everybody's united. Everybody's one.
And they can embrace their spirituality.
Man, I'm I'm just saying, Hispanics would go and live in a whole family of 10 will live in a 2-bedroom house,
All of them
apartment,
drive a nice
a
car,
house,
all of them
until they buy the block though. Meaning come together as a people. But as you said, why are we such a target that we
Psychological.
can't come together as a people?
Spiritual. It's spiritual warfare. Everything is energy first. So when you break down the energy, the physical and how the ripple effect that's gonna take on our families and the next generation and the next generation, they already got that figured out. That's why they did the MK Ultra. That's why they studied our brains, because they know the psychological effects of who we are. The fact that my mother went through so much living in St. Louis, going to the hospitals, dealing with family trauma because of people who are not healed. We haven't had time to heal. I don't really care about their agenda or what they got planned or what they planning on doing to us or continuing to keep us down. Only thing I'm worried about is our healing. Because when you got the mind right, there is nothing that can touch you. Regardless. So when y'all move forward in y'all lives, know that if you good here and you good here, no matter where you go, no matter what place you're in, no matter what racism or what things that they try to make or mess our genetics up, I don't really care about all that. We still here. We still here, and that should show you the power that we hold. Because we done been through so much. Got that up.
And then you also have to take in consideration, not only was it they divided us spiritually whenever they stole us, like religiously, they also deconstructed us, our homes, the mother, father, introducing different programs that were supposed to quote unquote help our community, but really they hindered us. The man could not live in the house if the family was receiving government assistance. So it goes, they literally broke every single thing down and apart. So to a T. And that's why we have our Christian brothers and sisters calling us demons. And this is why everybody that looks at spiritualism, like it's just something that is so brand new and no. The religion that I practice is 8,000 years older than Christ. Okay? So if it comes down to it, they did this on purpose. It was meant to be like this, and we are supposed to be. They literally did not bank on some of us coming back.
Man, the backup plan was COVID.
They never, and that just made it worse because we was in the house bored in the house, and we was in the house bored. So it's like, it comes down to a couple of things. And I read something, and it was by George Washington, and he was talking about the Moorish people. And he was like,
George know about the Moor.
Right, snatch their hair wraps off. That takes their knowledge.
Snatch their hair wraps.
And that's a lot right there. The Moors, that's a whole nother conversation we haven't even tapped into, right? Okay, right quick, y'all. Again, we got 3 people that want to ask questions in the audience. And I appreciate y'all participating. Again, thank you for that question too. Here's a RealKiya sweatshirt for that, and we appreciate you for doing that. Anybody else? We have you have a question as well?
I want to add to what y'all talking about.
What you have to say?
So I have real stories. I was just talking to my father about this. He has a buddy of his that was in the Army, did Air Force. He was friends with 2 women that were from, I think, Colombia or somewhere. When they come to customs, when they come to America and they go to customs, when they get their papers and everything signed, they tell them specifically, do not associate with black people. They are not good for you. They are bad people. They will get you into illegal things. And so when he's hanging out with these women and they were saying, they specifically told him, they told us that at customs not to, I don't know why. And they were confused because they said, why would they say that about your people? Why would they say that? And you can imagine all these other races that come from other countries into America, they think this because they are telling them this. They are indoctrinating them this because it continues to keep us separated from any other cultures who have culture.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that we can't get it rubbed off on us that we can be a part of these families who actually were families and have cultures and communities and stuff like that. No. Y'all just stay separated. We look on the outside and that's it.
Yeah, it's like they disassociate. It's also disassociation. It's all universal. We all connected. It's all showing. It's literally all showing disassociation from self.
It's sad, but even like our brothers and sisters over in Africa, they have their own thoughts about us. They think we're lazy. They say we're giving everything, and it's not all Africans. I've met some really, really nice, like we love y'all, come home Africans, right? But this was colonization. If this wasn't the best colonization plot ever, where they even got the people that they stole their country having opinions about the people that are here. The only difference between my ancestors and their ancestors is that my ancestors were slower runners.
Can we just talk about we being prisoners of war? We are prisoners of war.
And we have to deconstruct what the world thinks about us, deconstruct what has been said about us.
Yes.
And not, like I said, that epigenetics will always kick in.
Yeah, that's why I'm learning. That's why I'm reading about my brain. I'm trying to break this. I gotta get inside my head and figure out decolonize my brain.
No, for real. Because I do this a lot, and I talk to people about it a lot, especially on the spiritual side, and it always opens up into other things, right? Especially, like my patrons on Patreon, I tell them, a lot of them have left the Christian church. And it's not because they wanted to, because, I practice hoodoo. That is Bible study kind of, in different forms of Ifa. So at the end of the day, I tell them, you have to deconstruct what you think about your spirituality, your journey, because it's only yours. Nobody else can live this spiritual experience in your human body. So you have to learn how to be like, okay, I'm not this, I'm not that. But we've been going to think it anyway.
Who are you?
Right. Who are you? Oh no, we're recommending that on the Patreon now.
Guys. All right, we got another question right here. Also, I have a shirt for you. Thank you for that.
So I have a question for you ladies. So I know we speak a lot about different spiritual things, speak a lot about different things as far as, I don't even know how to word it, but what are you guys' thoughts on having hieroglyphics in the Grand Canyon and going places like Sedona, and you have statues that are seen in Africa and different places like that? What are you guys' thoughts on possibly the United States being the original Africa?
The United States is Egypt.
Wow. They don't want to do that.
And for those who do not know about any of this, so there are parts of the Grand Canyon that you are not allowed to go into. They will literally have fighter jets, helicopters, if you so happen. What was that, 1923, I believe? It was an archaeologist who was out there hiking and found all of these hieroglyphics. It was a city that could house over 100,000 people underneath the ground. full with all of the artifacts, everything else. He wanted the Smithsonian to invest in it. He brought the Smithsonian there to prove that he wasn't a liar. And they basically was like, so this didn't happen. We're going to act like this did not happen.
Yep.
It's absolutely just...
It's that episode of Richard Pryor's show when he went to that tomb and he was like, wait a minute, these is brothers.
Yep.
Look at all this information. And then it was like, oh no. And they closed them. They closed the door. They locked them in there because they didn't want them to know. They don't want them to know.
They are finding a bunch of artifacts here that are Egyptian in nature. So
where does that lead?
That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
I'm trying to figure out where the tunnels lead to.
My tunnel, where my tunnel, where I feel, we were already here.
Absolutely.
That's exactly where my tunnel is, and that's the reason why I say we are prisoners of war, because there is no reason for you to have this much hatred, for you to do so much heinous things and keep us blocked from so much things of evolution with mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, health-wise. There's a cap on every single thing that we try to do, and that's what bothers me, and that's where it leads me to, we were already here, we were fighting for our land, we were trying to fight against these people, and this...
When you say we were already here, are you talking like pre-Mansa Musa or like from that time moving forward?
So Mansa Musa came here 200 years before Columbus.
Oh,
okay, and we came here.
Yes.
And that's why I say some of us were here, some of us were stolen, because Mansa Musa came over. He ain't come over on no little shit. Like he came bearing silk, gold, crop, animals. Like he came over, right? And he came over because the emperor before him came and never came back. So he automatically was like sultan. So he's like, okay, let me go over here and see what's going on. And then whenever Christopher Columbus came in to discover America, right, he said he saw black people.
He did.
Do you think, now just riddle me this, y'all. Tell me how much this makes sense.
Talk about it.
The Bahamas, the Caribbean, is what, an hour, 2-hour boat ride from Florida?
Yeah.
We were and this is public knowledge, we were master ship creators, right? We had boats, like real good boats. We was that girl when it came to building boats. So you mean to tell me that the boat ride from the Caribbean is anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, and we were master ship makers, and we ain't never bring our ass over?
Thank you. They're already showing proof. We ain't even gotta try to like.
That is so
prove
true.
That.
So we are in the VIP section over here, y'all, and everybody is VIP here. But y'all, just to be honest, I just want to let everybody know, y'all over here, y'all spent a lot of money to see Kaya, and I, from the bottom of my heart and hers,
from the bottom of my heart,
she really appreciate that. This is her first time she's an introvert, and she do not like coming from behind that camera. But we do have another comment or question right here. What's your name and what is your question?
Hi ladies, my name is Shar.
Hey Shar.
I just wanted to first give the ladies on the stage some love and light. Thank you for putting this together and allowing us. I'm an introvert too, and I'm very shy. Over here breathing, I'm like, okay, I can do it.
I'm still trying to hold my mic up. I keep putting it down.
It's all love in here.
Hey. It's all love in here.
I can feel it. And all right, so I just wanted to thank you ladies first. And then I wanted to also add to what he was asking about why melanated people are targeted. Is anyone familiar with Gagut? G-A-G-U-T?
No, please enlighten
Talk
me.
to me, please.
You gonna have me go down a rabbit hole?
Please.
Yeah.
Gagut is the almighty...
I like rabbits.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Intrusive.
No, you're okay. All right, so Gagut is the God Almighty's grand unified theorem that a black man solved. So I think it was Albert Einstein who couldn't. It's melanin. That's why they're
Oh, yeah,
attacking
that's-
us for generations and generations. And as you were saying, we can heal. We must heal first in the epigenetics and things of that nature. However, please, the collective, understand alchemy. You must alchemize that hurt and that pain. And once you do that, after the shadow work, you untouchable. You just are. But you must heal first. And it's very, very necessary. And you must kind of look in the mirror, kind of like Michael Jackson's song, The Man in the Mirror, because we can point fingers at everyone. You have to think about the Willie Lynch letter. They have been programming us from the food, the water, the air, you know, taking the uteruses, the placentas and things of this nature. And I thought the same things. I was like, well, damn, like, do God hate us? You know, like, did we do something wrong? Is the Bible real? Because nothing really added up. And so as I studied Gagood, I've studied so much. You know, I've had a very kind of tumultuous life, and I've overcome. And a lot of people that I inspire, I'm very private, and so it's not that I can't even believe I'm talking right now, but it's very necessary because this is also growth for me. And I love you too. I love you too, women on the stage. When you sung your first song, thank you. When you sung your first song, because I'm an empath, and I just bought this book. It's called Melanin Empathy. It's on Amazon. It describes the different types of empaths and their abilities, and you know, it's not uncommon for one individual to possess more than one trait of empathy. And with you, I cried before you because I can already feel it and I can't leave. You could. I was like telling my I was texting my sister. I was like, I have to go.
I needed some tissue.
Yeah. Makeup on the tissue.
Yes,
But it was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to attending more events. I do music. We'll talk after.
Hey.
And I was wondering when I would kind of just be, when I would resonate with a person where it's kind of like you have to protect your energy, so you cannot, well, I cannot, I don't practice, I'm not, I protect myself a lot, but I'm not nice at all. I'm kind. And so once my spirit guides or my ancestors are giving me that information or the notions that something's wrong, I'll pull back and I don't feel like I owe you an explanation, you know. And so with that being said, I just can't give you ladies enough because you're so pure, you're so genuine. There are no interruptions. You're just authentic. And I've been in my 40s and I'm so grateful for you guys.
Thank you so much. And that's what it's all about, like communities of people that have like-minded ideas, that want to collaborate, that want to, you know, elevate. Like, I wish somebody earlier asked, is there anything that you can, like tidbits, I think it was you for social media content creation. And when I got on the internet initially, I did not think I was going to have a bunch of people that I thought it was just me. I thought it was just me. And it's always somebody like, hey, I really love the community. Thank you for everything. This young lady, Shar, she told me before it even started, thank you so much for even building a community like it. Because we don't have this. We don't. And it sucks, you know, because I love everybody, right? I love everyone. Now, I'm not saying I won't cuss you out. Anybody that follow me here, y'all know I be going, I'm not saying that. But like she said, I'm not nice, I'm kind. And I think there's a very big difference in that. But as far as the social media thing, the best thing I can tell you is to pick an audience and a niche that you know, that you're confident in, and that you are willing to build a community around. Because the information that you put out there, it could be potentially dangerous, right? It can be helpful, but you don't want it to be false, you know? Because you built this community of people who look up to you in that way. So
yeah.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. The attention that I got is from so many different people.
Sometimes one time I thought the government was actually after me, and I was saying, "Don't come over here.
She
Do not come over here."
No,
please.
I swear. I literally, when she used to close them blinds, I said, "Oh Lord, let me go ahead." Sit up. So I felt like I need to close mine too, and it is so crazy. I didn't know she was closing blinds in Vegas. I didn't know where I thought she was. I'm like, because it wasn't giving Vegas, but now I know it was giving Midwest, St. Louis, you know.
Hey.
And it's so crazy because I'm from Sacramento, California. Yeah, I'm from South Sac, Iraq at that. So
Back in the building.
Okay. Listen, I graduated from Valley High School in 2009. I'm showing my age. And it was very rough. And I had to pick a path. I've always been weird. I've always accepted being weird. I'm just like, whatever.
Okay,
that too. I've always been the pink sheep, you know? The pink sheep. Because where I came from, there wasn't a lot of hope. It was either a rapper, most of the people.
On a gang.
Right. Yes.
Drugs.
Yes. Do you know how many classmates of mine now are not here? So you had to choose a path, you know? I've gone through so many different lives in my small little 33 years. I've lived many different lives. And this one feels more comfortable because I actually know myself in this life. I mean, I started off in finance. I owned businesses. I was in the Philippines for 3 weeks. I opened up a call center and they robbed me. Wow. And then I said, oh my God, I didn't invested $100,000 into this, right? So in my hurt, they lucky they took that money because baby, if I would have had the means to pay another 5 racks for a flight, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. So I say all of this to say, even at my lowest, I jumped into another life. I was so sad when I started getting on social media. I'm like, so y'all ever heard about the lady, blah, 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 right? And then one day I was like, hey, I didn't understand. I hope Carolyn Bryant get her ass beat for what she did to Emmett Till. I hope she sees him. And then I started making these videos about deathbed phenomenon.
Yes.
And it just spiraled into a career, you know, so.
Keep calling.
Yeah.
When your calling is going to keep calling. Y'all have racked up a lot of views between both of y'all and her doing reaction videos and you doing your videos. Yes. These two sisters are definitely supporting each other online. Y'all clap it up for them because a lot of people don't support each other. Nope. It's always something negative or some bad energy to try to come in the middle of stopping something. You get what I'm saying? When we trying to come together. Yeah. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Y'all feel the energy? Yeah. We have to go over here. I have another sister right here. She has a lot going on. She does black hair. Okay? Hey. She has her own business. And she's very spiritual. And she helped me. And I have a lot of breakdowns because I'm an empath as well. And it was one moment I was having a real bad breakdown and she just caught me, and it's like she caught my spirit and she just grabbed it and said, come here, I got you. I don't even know you, but let me talk to you. And I appreciate that. You too, King. I remember that conversation was amazing. I was really breaking down. But she has a question that she want to talk to y'all too. So tell them what your name is and tell them.
Hi everyone, my name is Angelina Lene. And
hey, Angelina.
Well, peace both goddesses, peace to you both. I appreciate you having this conversation. Like she said, I'm the owner of Black Hair Shop, and I do hair. And I'm realizing that there's a lot of blacks that's locking. Well, men been locking, but women are starting to lock. And I believe it's very connected to our power. Just when it comes, this is gonna tie into my question. I feel like it's connected to our power. So I decided to start doing healing workshops, more intimate, such as this, workshops. My sister just walked in, she over there.
Hey,
she's a practitioner.
Hey. Hey, sis.
And we, just like you two are doing, you know, using your voice, connecting with the community, healing the community, helping them find their identity. I want to tie it into like me seeing that everyone is locking. I feel like who we are in America, because you mentioned this a couple times, us coming from Africa, us being native to the land, who we are in America as blacks, I think we're from here. I feel like some of us came over, but majority of us are from here. And I say that because when I had my transition coming out of Christianity, 1111 being my door, I just followed the number and it changed my life. I was trying to figure out who I was. I never heard them talk about black in the church. It was about the white Jesus, like you guys mentioned earlier. And I believed in it. I believed in it. So my heart was broken when I transitioned, because then I'm empty. I don't know who to serve. I don't know what to do. I'm unprotected. Exactly. But I had to, now really sit with God and find out who God was. And I realized God was within. But then I started like gravitating towards Afrocentric things, more natural Afro woman, just, feeling more natural in that alignment. Like, I love being a black woman, and especially when I locked my hair, it made me fall in love with being a black woman. But I did a mitochondrial DNA test on my family.
What?
I didn't do the ancestry.com one. I did that one.
I'm about to say, do you trust them people?
I trust that one, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
But I did the mitochondrial DNA test on my family, and it took about 3 months for the results to come back. But it was a tedious test. It was expensive, but I felt like it was worth it, because I was already creating a fashion brand with African and Native American symbology and colors and culture, and I didn't know why. This is just what I was drawn to when I left Christianity.
Yeah.
So when I got the test back and I opened, and I'm like, I'm gonna be from Yoruba. I'm into Ifa. I'm gonna be Yoruba tribe. And I opened it up and it said 100% Native American. I just grasped like, what? It said 100% Native American. 100%. I was shocked by that. Like, okay, I already knew, but I didn't know. Subconsciously, I was expressing that, but I didn't know how to tie logically practical life to my identity.
And we deny that. That's the thing. We gotta get out of this spell. For real.
But that's the question. Like, why do you think they have those layers to us discovering that we are the natural people of this land? You talked about Egypt. We are those people. So why do you think there's layers to why they don't want us to realize who we are? That's the first question. And then the second question is, in this time, because we are so lost, we're caught up more in religion for our identity. That's why I feel like we so connected to it, for that void, to fill that void of not having an identity. In this time, it seems like community and tribe on a spiritual level is what's mattering now. So I want you guys to give me your perspective on, do you think we're going to get a new identity and discover more about our past? Or do you think we're going to move towards a spiritual, more spiritual connection, rather than looking at our skin tone? We looking at our spirits now. So let me know what y'all think.
That's exactly what I was talking about in the video I had uploaded about the anger towards white people. And it's like we keep projecting our anger on the outside and not healing on the inside. But we already doing it. And you know we doing it. We doing it right now. We doing it inside, internally. We all growing. We all changing. And we breaking those layers of blockages that they made us feel. And we felt ourselves. So I believe it's already happening, to answer your question.
I think it's going to be a more spiritual transition in community than anything. To answer your first question, the reason why they will never, ever, ever tell us that some of us were here, because, I mean, it's in the history books, you can't deny it, is that they don't want to pay worldly or spiritual reparations.
Dang.
They will never, ever. Because when you said 100% Native, I almost fell out my chair.
Right, I had to get up. I had to let the ancestors fill me with that one.
Listen, because I took an ancestry, I trusted them with my DNA.
Damn.
No, I gave my spit. You know, because the main concern, but I did it about 2 years ago, and I was just discussing it on live today, which it changes a lot. They were most concerns with our community was, I don't want them to have my DNA. I'm like, my DNA is already in the system, but that's for another conversation another time. Okay, so at the end of the day, whenever I looked at it, it's ever changing. Every time I get a notification, I did this test 2 years ago, and my DNA has quote unquote changed so many times over. And it said I was 1% Native and 23% Nigerian. And then it said I was 23% Northern European. And I was like, how, Sway? I'm not understanding. Like, a lot of people I think that I'm like, I have a white parent. They tell me that on YouTube. They be trolling me. I don't. So
I ain't never thought that. Even though I ain't never thought.
somebody told me I don't need to be talking about no plantations because your mama white. I just know I sound.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You speak well. You speak well, and a lot of times when you speak well, they kind of attach it to, oh, you must be white.
I know, and it's a shame whenever I'm college educated. You know, I went to historically black college as well. I went to Bowie State University in Maryland. So at the end of the day, I ain't say I finished. The student loans, they was kicking my butt. No, it was too expensive. But you know, I think the connection is going to come spiritually. They don't want to give up them reparations. They want us to feel as small as we can. That's why we have so much. So yeah, they want us to be meek. And at the end of the day, if we really truly knew what we were a long time ago, it would not work out for them, because then we know we can do anything, you know? I'm gonna need your card for, well, no, because I had locks, and you have to be careful who you let in your head. I had locks, and I got them retwisted by a couple of different people, and I took them out. I felt like somebody had snatched my ether out of my head. So I combed them out, and I've been wanting my locks back, so I appreciate it. But that was a really good
Thank you for getting the
We
moment
got,
speaking.
we got one more question right here, and then we're gonna move around again. What's your question? Or your Q&A?
Well, Kaya, you know who I am.
Definitely do. I see you.
So check this out. We talking a lot about education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know where I come from with it. We got a lot of people online. They do a lot of teaching and a lot of awakening, a lot of spreading the word. I'm more so about action. What do you feel about how do we start our own military? See, I'm with the war. See, I'm with the knowledge, but I'm way past that already.
I know that's right.
So now, how about the 50 to 150 gang members from my hood in South Side of Chicago that I turned out that went to prison and did all the things we went to become conscious in the war now. Be conscious financially. You can learn as much about history as possible, but ain't nobody making no plan for the future either. So how do we protect ourselves? How do you have a Christian artist or a gospel artist or somebody that's promoting all this positivity, but you got somebody on a reality level like me that understands that we need to be prepared for war?
Wow, that's deep.
So where do you come from the war aspect and the financial aspect? We got 10 people that we all can name that can save the whole black community just off being celebrities. So how do we create the financial and the war militant side of the exact agenda that y'all pushing?
That's a good one.
Bring back the Black Panther Party, like for real. Because you're right. We're talking about all that we do, a lot of the things that we talk about is from the past. Now we need to know how to consciously educate people who may not have a third eye opening experience. They may not be there yet. But I feel like when it comes to our future, we do need to come together as a community. A lot of people know the climate that we're in.
It starts in here.
Yeah. They know what, and I'm not even gonna say what climate, but we know what's coming.
Yep.
Okay? So it's time for us, regardless if you are a Buddhist, a spiritualist, a Christian, we gotta put that stuff aside.
Because when it's time, it's time.
Yeah, we have to. And it's gonna be it's not only just gonna be on a worldly thing, it's gonna be in a spiritual aspect as well. Eventually, there will be a big meeting of the ancestors. Woo! And they will be orchestrating us and putting us in spaces where we meet. Mm-hmm. And that is where it's going to come through, right? Financially, like you said, there are people that can't save us, but do you think they will?
I said we need to come with, I teach finance.
Mm-hmm.
Security. So protection and money is two things that I know. So it's like if I can teach my community not only how to make money to do the things we do because I study worldwide. I study worldwide things, so it is other places that we can go live and habitate and don't have to have any laws. So that's the easy part. But educating each other on how to not only make money but to protect it and our community. That's why I said if we had a Department of Education and we had the Department of people that's leading women, leading men, these dudes ain't even men no more. They wearing bonnets and slippers.
Wow.
So it's like, how can I infrastructure a whole war mentality with not only, like you said, the physical, but the spiritual? People don't even understand what spiritual warfare is because they thinking on a religious warfare. Spiritual warfare is the fact that we listen to music that is forever changing our mentality. Like, you have all of these different vibrations and all of these different tones and these different frequencies. We're being controlled on so many aspects. We have to be prepared for the war, though. So if you ask a person from out of town, tourists come here a lot, what type of music you listen to? Well, they come from another country. If they ask me, I listen to music about killing people every day. If that's the proper response, you sound insane. But that's what our music and our community is.
Yeah.
So our war against everything with what we're learning, we need to try to start figuring out where some of these black men leaders at, because Malcolm X was one of my idols. So it's like we need to bring that back. But the fact that you say the Black Panthers, how can we start this platform so I can get these soldiers together?
I like that. He's trying to action.
That's what I'm saying.
Action.
He said, I'm not, I didn't come here, I didn't grab the mic to play. And you know what, it's going to take, I feel like it's going to take for, and unfortunately, we're going to have to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it's going to take some ascension programming for real.
But they won't. Like I said earlier, Harriet said she could have saved so many more people if they knew they were slaves. So it's like,
you can't save everybody.
Yeah, and that's some of us ain't gonna make it.
Some
of us ain't making it right now. We just gotta find them when they find us.
Yes, I feel like if we're trying to seriously create a space where we have this militant type of mind, right, or type of action, there needs to be councils, different departments. Okay, you guys are good at fixing credit. You know about business credit. You know how to do. Okay, y'all over here. It has to be sectors in it. It has to be organized, and everybody has to be on one accord. Because at the end of the day, we know what's coming. We know the state of the world.
Yeah.
Other countries are literally, like, we're the most ghetto episode 11 hip hop right now for every other country.
I swear. But I don't want people in place. I don't want to because the thing with organization that we did in the past with the Black Panthers was, oh, you black, come on over here. But you saw how they sent them agents in and they were weak. And they got wrapped up in money. They didn't have no sense of self. They didn't have no sense of unity.
Yeah. They definitely have to be vetted.
It's ascension programming that's needed. We have to heal. You wanna be a warrior. You wanna become a pharaoh. You wanna be in these states. You gotta have the spiritual authority and the physical authority in your own self to not let anybody manipulate you on your mission. So the war is already happening. The war is happening when our people are fighting and standing on the side of the road looking like a crackhead, but you're really fighting demons. It's when arguments happen between a mother and a father and breaks up a home, or when a baby is thrown over the balcony because this man had a demon inside of him. It's spiritual warfare. We don't know how to fight spiritually. Gain your spiritual authority. Be aware of this. We have been absent of spirit for so long. We don't even know who we truly are soulfully, how much power you hold, how much power your words hold. So the war is already happening for me. All right. I'm fighting it spiritually, as women should. But when it comes down to men mentally, it's about trusting the women.
That's what I was doing.
It's about trusting the women.
Please let us do it.
Let us lead y'all.
Like, I mean, it comes down to, we could be great. We could be great, but you're right. A lot of us don't understand spiritual warfare, and whenever you do, you'll understand that the spiritual warfare started whenever they put a Bible in front of you, right?
Yep.
And told you this is what you are to do. These are the laws of the land, right? Until we deconstruct what we are used to, it will not work. We have to heal, not only ourselves, but as a people. But the women, y'all just let us handle it, okay?
Yeah. We got
I
some space. What he was talking about with the organizing when it's time to physically get into it. It's now. But it's also making sure that a God, is in his divine alignment with his feminine energy and his masculine energy. Because if you out of lack of your feminine energy as a man, you're imbalanced and you're easily manipulated emotionally. And you don't trust the feminine energy to intuitively guide you. It's a difference, and I respect the masculine energy. I really feel that that's why we here, masculine and feminine. But it's about a man not being able to be manipulated. Because if you gonna be a general and you picking your soldiers, you gotta have people in place that ain't gonna turn on you.
That's right.
It don't matter, and then this is the thing. That's the whole organization with the Black Panther Party, because it was like, you black, come on. But do you have spiritual authority within yourself? Can you be manipulated? Yes. I need money. Why not take it?
Yeah. That's what they mean when they say having that spiritual, exactly that discernment, because you can do anything and be anything, and if you're not spiritually inclined, it don't matter if you got 1,000,000 guns, you're gonna turn. Because you don't have that consciousness instilled into your soul, and you're not moving with God. We got a fellow right here. We got 20 more minutes, 15 more minutes here, y'all, and he has something to say. Go ahead, hurry up.
Okay, so I want to kind of reverse a little bit. I know y'all were speaking about the journey process. So, well, first and foremost, I want to thank y'all for telling y'all stories, and I want to kind of shine a light on that, just in general. I know the sister back here talked about far as purpose and place in life, and I think personally, with a lot of stuff that I've seen growing up, and a lot of stuff that I've been through, I think it's important that everybody know that your place and your position in life is to really push it forward for the generation that's coming behind you. I know when I was incarcerated, I read this poem by this guy named Rick Vita, and it said, "A person's unhappiest moments in life is their greatest sources of learning."
Say that again, please. Come
on, clock it.
A person's unhappiest moments in life is their greatest sources of learning. So for me, that meant, it's at the bottom where you find your strength. That's where your creator will unlock them gifts, and he would unlock them talents, and unlock them all them spiritual chests. That's where he unlocks it. It's hard for a person to really get revelations when you're winning. Like if I'm up, I'm having money, I'm doing my thing. It's hard for the creator. It's hard for our ancestors to speak to you. You know what I mean? Because you only see success.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're not seeing life through how life is. You seeing life through success. You seeing life through money. You seeing life through material stuff. So it's important that we understand that everything that we go through is always about the people that's coming from behind us, and not the good, but the bad as well. Because I know a lot of times we may feel like when we go through what we go through, that it's going to be a blessing at the end of the rainbow for us. And sometimes the creator don't have that. Sometimes you will go through something and it'll be for somebody else's benefit. You know what I mean?
That's what we going through right now, and all of the trauma that we dealing with, all of that ain't for nothing. It's only showing us how powerful we are. You find yourself at the bottom because you can't do nothing but look up.
Listen, there's no such thing as failure. It is a lesson. There's no such thing as that. And everything that we go through, you're right. And I don't think people understand it. Like I said earlier, I'm like the pink sheep, I'm the eccentric, eclectic, weirdo. And I'm like, hi, my name is Noah. I'm breaking generational curses. So it's okay because everything that I've gone through my life, like I said, I opened that call center, I invested my whole life savings, and they laundered all of it. But guess what? Now I know how to open up a call center, and I can teach my kids how to, teach them what to do, what banks to go to, how to leverage business credit.
It wasn't for nothing.
Right, it wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for my benefit. It was for my shorties.
Thank you.
So, it's like all of the things that we experience, whether they are the bottom. And he's right, it's so hard. And that's where we got to get spiritually grounded. Whenever we up at the top, we got money, we got popping bottles, whatever people do whenever they are experiencing success.
And that's the only way they glorify us. Money.
We never said, you don't see.
Ass.
I'm literally, I'm guilty of all of the above.
Yeah.
Duality is needed in spirituality. Yeah. Spiritualism is not a personality trait. Don't make it that. So I'm guilty of all of it. But then I get my ass spiritually whipped. Okay? My ancestors be looking at me like, all right, Heffy, you ain't filled up that water in about 3 days, 4 days. You ain't came and talked to me in a month. And then I'll be like, all right, I'm coming. And then I don't. Sometimes I'm human. And then I learn them lessons. And I got to pay spiritual reparations. And I got to start from the bottom. But it's a lesson because now I'm going to tell my daughter, hey, you make sure you feeding them folks at your altar. Because they working overtime. You make sure you tap in, you praying. Giving thanks for the bad things, the good things, in between all the lessons. So, for sure, I totally understand that.
My question is about quantum, right? We used the word quantum earlier.
Quantum physics?
Quantum physics. But do you guys believe in quantum jumping?
Oh, yes. That's my shit.
I'm doing it right now. Look at me.
No.
I had on the hoodie and the sweatpants.
Listen, I got a testimony, okay? No.
And I want to say this, though. So I got a simple term. It says an abrupt change, sudden increase, or dramatic advance. Quantum leap is rarely used in scientific context, but it originated as a synonym of quantum jump, which describes an abrupt transition as of an electron, an atom, or a molecule from one discrete energy state to another. So you said yes, you with it. So give me your testimony. I'd like to hear about that.
Okay, so whenever I lost the call center, lost everything. When I say everything, my house, my car, I ran a credit repair business, credit in the shitter. I had to fix my credit. I literally was like, okay, we either gonna sit here and cry, or we gonna get these 2 cups. We gonna get these 2 cups.
Talk about it.
Well, we gonna jump into another time, another dimension, another stage, right? And I quantum jump all the time. Like anywhere I want to go physically, spiritually, in my mind. Right? Any experience I want to live, I'm going to jump into that shit. Right? Okay. So, if you don't know why I said 2 cups, they also call it the 2-cup method. So, I was like, what do I want to be today? I was like, I want to be a content creator. So, what I did was I took 2 cups, 2 empty glasses, and I took 2 sticky notes. On 1 cup, I wrote down what I was feeling, all of my pain, everything I was going through in the moment. And on the other sticky note, I wrote where I wanted to be. All the good things. It was like it already happened. Speak it into existence. Write it down, right? And I put water in the cup that had all of the BS I was going through. And I spoke into that cup and I poured through everything. Like, I can't believe they robbed me. They did me so wrong. I paid for a baby surgery. I didn't pay for the repast for the grandmama and she robbed me, right? And I'm literally speaking this emotion into the cup. And I'm like, really like crying into it. Yes. So then I take the cup of water, I pour it into the cup where I'm going. And now I'm excited. I'm like, I got a YouTube plaque. Hey. I got a YouTube plaque. I got hundreds of thousands of subscribers across platforms. I'm financially stable again. I don't have to worry. Like, I literally did that. I did that January, New Year's Eve of 2022.
Yes.
Okay?
That's the quantum physics.
And so once I did it, by April, I had my first viral video. Then it just kept going viral. And I started posting on YouTube October 31st of last year. I had a plaque by June.
Y'all clap it up for her. We got one more person over here. Got a question right quick, Queens. If that's okay with y'all. We got about 10 more minutes, y'all, to stay up in here. I love y'all. Hold on.
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Words can't explain. Words can't explain.
Same.
But I just want to say I appreciate all the fellas that came out tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm deep into like astrology and like occult knowledge and like stuff like that, and I've been doing it for about 4 to 5 years or whatever. So my question is for you, Noah. First, I was going to say, yeah, shout out to the brothers that came out tonight, because it's kind of hard to find a community of guys that's into like stuff that's past like just like surface level knowledge and things like that. So I just want to say appreciate everybody that came out tonight. My question was, so I was thinking of like moving like past astrology and everything. So did you have any like books or anything like that like go more into like, I know you said you like practice hoodoo a little bit. Did you have any like type of like guidance on like anything like that?
Unfortunately, when I first started out my spiritual journey, I don't have elders. A lot of people that practice African traditional religions, they have elders in their community that can help them. I didn't have that. My elder, the only practicing elder, was my great-great-great-grandmother. And I was like, okay. So I started reading. First, I started off by learning African traditional religions, because that's the base. Hoodoo is West African and the Bible mixed together, right? So I started learning about the different orishas, the different religions in Africa, Obeah, voodoo, different things like that, right? And so then I'm like, okay, I understand this. So now it's time to tie it into hoodoo and how it works. So one book that I will always, always, always recommend for somebody that is going over into hoodoo and knows astrology, because I'm not a big astrology girly, but you do have to do things on certain moon phases. You do have to do things certain times of the year, is the Hoodoo Bible. It is, I mean, it's amazing. It's on Amazon. That really, really helped me. It is like my elder. And also following people and using your discernment, because a lot of people on social media claim they're spiritualists, and really they're not. Using your discernment of who to follow and treat them as an elder, because they be dropping knowledge. But that's kind of, how I did it in the steps. So good luck on your journey. Huh?
Did you do tarot first?
No.
Real quick, we got one more question right here, a Q&A.
Greetings, peace and love. Peace,
and love.
Peace, love, and prosperity. I want to say, I want to add something. First things first, I want to say is, this is the rise of the matriarch, y'all.
Okay.
This is the time of the divine feminine to take its place.
Say it.
And it is not in a gender, it is all of us. And I'm gonna just keep it real short and sweet. A lot of the anger, rage, resentment that we have, our ancestors have, I don't know if a lot of us understand how old and ancient the Negroid genome really is and truly is. Millions upon millions upon billions upon trillions of years on this planet, not just this planet, but many others. We suffer from so much amnesia. That is why we are angry. Our anger, our rage comes from us not remembering.
Yes.
Back in ancient Kemet, when our DNA was activated, not much distortions on this planet, when we was tapped into our abilities, our powers, our gifts, we knew 5,000, 10,000 years down the line of what was going to happen before it happened. And with us knowing that, that is why the hieroglyphics was put on the walls. The hieroglyphics was put on a wall because we knew our DNA was shut down.
Oh my God. Thank you for saying that.
So we put certain codes, keys, clues, on not just the walls, but in the very DNA of our own being. And we sent sleeper cells ancestors in the future that will wake up now to awaken those codes again, to remember. So, what a time to be alive, y'all.
Y'all clap it up.
We should have put you on first. Ain't nobody know you gonna come up here with the spirit. Dang. There you go, brother.
It goes so much deeper. Like people they don't understand. Once you start studying, and that's why I asked her, I'm like, am I gonna go down a rabbit hole? I've been through enough rabbit holes this year alone. But he's right. It is the time of the divine feminine. Yes, it was a collective message, because at the end of the day, anger comes from not remembering. There's a well at the biggest slave port in Africa, in West Africa. And it's the only well that was there whenever they stole some of us that still has water. And above the well, they made the slaves come out, they drank it, and they were to read what it looks like to me, a spell, saying that I will leave this land, I will never talk about it, I will never see it again, I dismiss it, I let it go. Okay? So it's a lot of things, it's a lot of moving parts. And it's just time. It's time. That's it. We tired. Us spiritualists are quite tired of the BS of we demons, we're this. No, oh my gosh.
We done had it.
I hate when you call me a witch. Lord, please, Jesus.
You know how I get. I'm crying. I was crying.
So we ended the night, y'all. We are pressed for time right now, y'all. We gotta go ahead and end the night. I do appreciate everybody for coming out. I have gifts for everybody. Kaya has gifts for everybody. If you're a female, you're welcome to come over here and grab anything that's over here. There's oils. These are protection oils. Kaya does singing bowls, and she does a lot of work. Singing bowls. But ladies, if you wanna keep the energy away from you, go ahead. You come over, get over here, spray this in your car if you trust it or whatever you feel. Also, this is an energy cleansing scrub. Okay. If y'all do tarot, anything like that, this removes bad energy off your hands. If you want it, y'all can take one of these if y'all want to too as well. Also, I have a t-shirt for you back there, because you did you did your thing too. And also closing remarks from Kaya. And then we're going to get up out of here, y'all. I love y'all.
So I just want to say thank you to my mom. Thank you to my security guard. Thank you to the cameraman. Thank you to all of y'all watching. Thank you to those who have came out. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And that's all I got to say is thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I've never even thought ever that we would be able to have these conversations, and Lord knows how many people watching at this point. But I just want to thank you for sharing your platform with me. I truly appreciate it. And sharing me on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I have
because, it really helped my channel. So I share these. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out.
Absolutely.
Again, y'all give it up for Noah and RealKiya on their first live broadcast right here. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming out. We're going to do this again. If y'all speakers want to get with me and plan out another one of these, y'all get with me and get with me. Shout out to King. Thank you, King, for coming out. My girl flying all the way in here, and everybody in this VIP section that did so much to get here for her and show her love. My cameraman, the place, the podcast. If y'all can see what he been filming, y'all don't even see the other part. King, thank you for coming out. You do billboards. It's a lot of people here to do things. We want to put up one big thing that's going to connect everybody together, and everybody that has a business, y'all will be on one feed. So we'll all connect together and we'll all network together. So thank you again for coming out. I love y'all. And take whatever you want. If you come over here and you get something, whatever's left is yours. It's from Kaya. It's a gift for coming out. Thank you so much. I love y'all. And see y'all later.